to stop the passport. 1 week. Tomorrow, they vote. If it's unanimous, we lost. We lost. Sharpen your knives, get your guns, get your food. Now. Now. That's right. Now. Get your neighbors. Get a stronghold. Find out who the men are and then make a plan.
Okay, so that was Jason Lefkowitz, a comedian turned anti-vaccine activist. I thought it was funny. I thought it was pretty funny. Anyway, so this was at a rally in, I believe it was Santa Monica, so not far from where I'm shooting this actually. Jason, by the way, is known for wearing a yellow Star of David patch because he wants to get in on that horrible thing that people like Marjorie Greene were doing, making Nazi salutes at businesses that have COVID-19 safety measures, and most recently advising people to get both edged weapons and firearms ready in case some sort of mask mandate happens. Anyway, the reason we're playing this and that we're gonna play other footage is that there are an increasing number of crazies who understand that while just doing the grift online can be good, you can sell brain pills and bone marrow and stuff and make money that way. If you inspire people to violence, that gets people revved up more. And so the anti-maskers, the anti-vaxxers, we see them individually picking fights everywhere. They're also doing it at the rallies. They're telling other people, you need to be ready to die, you need to be ready to kill if they ask you to have a vaccine or whatever. Thoughts, Francesca? He's a comedian, so you have a lot to answer for.
Oh, yeah, no, it's very funny. Ha ha ha! It was the best open mic, dude. We will do anything for a hot five. Like sets are few and far between. So I feel you. I should have gone up there. I'm surprised. I don't know who books that mic, but I would really like some time on it. I obviously, the guy's wearing this like no Kool-Aid shirt, like he's like a Kool-Aid with a cross through it. These are obviously anti-vaxxers who are now taking horse paste and dewormer for livestock, saying that they shouldn't drink the Kool-Aid. Like, I don't, I've said this before, but this is really, it's like, it feels like the civil rights movement for highly privileged people. They're like, is this our time? Can we do that? Am I oppressed? Is this oppression? Oh my God, I think I'm oppressed. Honey, I think I'm oppressed. Like that's really what.
Googling, how do I know if I'm being oppressed?
How do I know if I'm oppressed? Can I get scholarship for being told to wear mask in restaurant? I don't know what to say at this point, but like what I didn't see were any police officers, right? What I don't see are people, tracking these folks, making sure that they don't make good on their threats of violence, because we know they can and we know they will. And that has happened in places like Los Angeles around, there is a gross nexus. There is a Venn diagram of all kinds of, whether it's white nationalists, Proud Boys, anti-vaxxers, anti-maskers, as well as anti-trans folks. And they have come out in force to threaten people. I wonder, right? I mean, these are all the breadcrumbs and the things that led to January 6th as well, and if the FBI had actually been taking those threats seriously, which I don't know why they wouldn't, right? That January 6th might have been more preventable. Granted, whoever the guy who was in charge was gonna make sure that there was gonna be no security no matter what. But these are not small incidents, they can mount up.
Yeah, and like the people at this rally, is that it? That's just, they went to this one rally and that's that? I don't know, we'll see, I guess stay tuned. Two things about the Kool-Aid. First of all, like I just love the arguments, like they're drinking the Kool-Aid that the CDC is telling them. You can't trust that, you can only trust what some anonymous random person on 4chan tells you about horse paste. And also, imagery wise, I get you're against the Kool-Aid. So you put the Kool-Aid man with the Ghostbusters like thing or whatever, but like his whole thing is busting through things. He's gonna bust through your no sign. That's what he does. The imagery just isn't consistent. You need to think about these jokes. Anyway, I wanna take you to another individual. So here we have Steve Lynch, right-wing conspiracy theorist and Pennsylvania Republican Party's nominee to become the Northampton County executive. Here is what he thinks is gonna need to happen.
We got parents looking at the bylaws. I plan on going in these school boards, Ian and other strong men. Men, where are you? Men, wake up, smell the coffee, let's go. Make men great again, right? Make men men again. Let's go. Men, I need you in the coming weeks, because when we walk into those school boards, we're going to have everything we need to do to go in there with those 9 school boards that voted to put these masks back on the children with no scientific. It's done giving them the research and the data. Do you understand that? Forget going into these school boards and bringing data. You go into school boards to remove them. That's what you do. They don't follow the law. You go in and you remove them. I'm going in with 20 strong men. I'm going to speak in front of the school board, and I'm going to give them an option. They can leave or they can be removed. And then after that, we're going to replace them with nine parents, and we're going to vote down the mask mandates that evening. That evening. This is how you get stuff done. Forget writing your legislators. Forget it.
Yeah. Well, that was clear in a variety of ways. So one is, yeah, they're not following the law. There's no point. Don't write your legislators. It's just more and more out there, Francesca. We're done with politics. We're done with all of this. We're gonna grab 20 strong men. We're going to get rid of the school boards, and we're just gonna put 9 people we like there. This is just like, make whatever historical comparison you want. This is just thugs in the street saying, we don't do politics anymore. We're not part of that civil society stuff. If elections don't produce the outcomes we want, get your knives ready, get your guns ready, get your 20 strong men who've smelled the coffee ready, and just take over. Just do whatever you want. And they have crowds that are cheering for them. Having a couple of psychos in Santa Monica, or I think that was in North Carolina, perhaps it might have been Virginia,
Pennsylvania.
is bad. Oh, it's Pennsylvania. Yeah, it's in Pennsylvania. Well, I don't know, they travel. But anyway, yes, Pennsylvania. That's bad enough, I suppose. But having crowds that are like, yes, tell me about how we should be done with all this, and we should just start removing the people we don't like.
Yeah. Men, make men great again. The phrase toxic masculinity is far overused, but if you look it up in a dictionary, you see my dude right there screaming about making men great again. Since when did the virus have anything to do with your masculinity? Except when it comes to erectile dysfunction, bro, because guess what? Long COVID and COVID sufferers, they got some ED, okay? There have been COVID, this is real, COVID-19 cells found in the member. So, let's talk about that. You want to link this to masculinity? Let's talk about how you can't get it up, and maybe that's why you're here. Okay, I'm done with that line of thought. Here's my thing. Another line of thought is, how about this one? Try this one on. No, this is a minority of people, right? I think more and more, especially as folks like this guy, AM conservative radio hosts, anti-maskers are proving that the kinds of misinformation that they spread helped lead to their very own death. I hope and I believe that this will be a smaller and smaller number of people, and they will have less and less influence. And I think it's important for us it's easy to look at these folks and get very, very scared. I am scared. Yeah. I do think they need to take them seriously. But I also think it's important to remember that there are people who are turning away from some of these false leaders, and they can be sort of picked off, so to speak. And that it is important to talk to anyone who's an anti-mask or anti-vaxxer, who's in your family, who you do care about. And there is a way to get into that and to de-radicalize, so to speak, those folks. I just think it's really funny though that the people who are like these folks are just living their own Walking Dead. Like it's like everyone's gonna maybe like in 5 years like be back to normal, and then they'll be like the Walking Dead crew that's just like, like no, we gotta get our men, rah, and we're just like calm down, At least that's what I hope.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.